Please do not listen to this recording while driving or operating machinery. For lasting change, please call Stephen John Blowfield, clinical hypnotherapist, +61 04 05 77 2793, and change state
You can
now.
hear my voice coming to you. It's flowing all over you, making you feel relaxed. You are comfortable as you lean back and listen to my voice. That's right. My voice is like fine silk on your skin. You can sense it leading you towards the change you desire. That's right. The change you desire. You have for too long minded your own business. That is not a bad way, though. You do not intrude in other people's affairs. However, perhaps you carried it too far. You have not let yourself able to relate with your neighbours on a normal basis. You consider it a challenge, and you are willing to change all that now. That's right. Change all that now. You're at a grocery store. You are doing your shopping as usual. As you imagine this, you turn and see your elderly neighbour. She's an old lady, and you're not sure whether to avoid her completely or go and say hi. You have heard that she is not a nice woman, and that has affected the way you relate to her. You continue with your shopping. Your elderly neighbour doesn't notice. However, you can see her. You know she will be heading home with at least 3 bags of groceries. You've wondered how she always coped with those bags. You go on with your shopping, and so does your neighbour. You head towards the counter and you pay for your shopping. Your neighbour has already stepped out before you. As usual, she was struggling with 3 paper bags. You wonder why she always bought so much. However, you are getting rid of your prejudices today. Now, you are looking at her as someone you have never known. You have decided to see her with new eyes. You have made up your mind to jettison your bias. You no longer care about what may have been said about her. She is your neighbour, and she is important to you. You hurry up to her and introduce yourself. She is frowning not because you said something wrong, because of the weight of the bags. She gladly accepts for you to help her. You take 2 of the bags. You add them to your single grocery bag, and you don't feel any pressure. You walk with her down the road. The block of apartments is just 3 blocks away. You discover that she is a sweet old lady. She loves to talk and has a good heart. You discover that she is a widow who had only 1 child who passed away a few years ago. She was all alone. However, she is still happy, and that inspires you. You learn that you can still be the best in spite of tragedy or negative circumstances. You see in your elderly neighbour a counsellor, an instructor. Now, you wish you knew this old lady a lot earlier. You both get to the apartment building, and you walk her up to the door and into her flat. You set her grocery bags on the counter and prepare to leave. She gives you a warmest smile ever and thanks you profusely. Now, you remember that smile many days after because it was charming and genuine. Now, you are relating better, not just with her, with all your neighbours. You are certainly glad to have neighbours, and from now on, you will communicate with them. That's good.
You can hear my voice. You can hear my voice. You hear my voice. It's flowing all over you. Make you feel relaxed. Make you feel relaxed. You are comfortable. You are back to listen. Back to my voice. That's right. My voice. My mind. Silk. Silk skin. You can sense it. You can sense leading you towards the change. The change. Desire. That's right. That's right. Change. Change. Desire. You have for too long minded business. That is not a bad. You do not intrude on other people's affairs. However, perhaps you carry it too far. You have not let yourself aim to relate with your neighbours on a normal basis. You consider it, you can challenge, and you are willing to change all that now. That's right. Change all that now. You're at a grocery store. You are doing your shopping. As you imagine. You turn and see your elderly neighbour. She's an old lady. Who's not sure whether to avoid or go and say hi. You have heard that she is not a nice woman, and that has affected the way you relate to her. You continue with your shopping. Your elderly neighbour doesn't notice. However, you can see her. You know she will be heading home with at least 3 bags of groceries. You've wondered how she always coped with those bags. You go on with your shopping, and so does your neighbour. You head towards the counter, and you pay, and you're shopping. Your neighbour has already stepped out for you. As usual, she was struggling with 3 paper bags. You wonder why she always bought so much. However, you are getting rid of your prejudice today. Now, you are looking at someone you have never known. You have decided to see her with new eyes. You have made up your mind, jettison your bias. You no longer care about what may have been said about her. She is your neighbour, and she is important to you. You hurry up, introduce yourself. She is frowning, not because you said something wrong, because of the weight of the bags. She gladly accepts for you to help her. You take 2 of the bags. You add them to your single grocery bag, and you don't feel any pressure. You walk with her down the road. The block of apartments is just 3 blocks away. You discover that she is a sweet lady. She loves to talk and has a good heart. You discover that she is a widow. She had only 1 child who passed away a few years ago. She was all alone. However, she is still happy, and that inspires you. You learn that you can still be the best in spite of tragedies, negative circumstances. You see in your elderly neighbours a counsellor, an instructor. Now, you wish you knew this old lady a lot earlier. You both get to the apartment building, and you walk her up to the door and to her flat. You set her grocery bags on the counter and prepare to leave. She gives you a warmest smile ever, and thanks you profusely. Now,
You remember that smile. You remember that many days after. Many days after, because it was charming and genuine. Now you are relating. You are relating. You are not just with her. Not just with her. With all your neighbors. With all your neighbors. You are certainly glad. Certainly glad to have neighbors. Neighbors. And from now on. And from now on, you will communicate. You will communicate. And you throw the stone into the lake. And it shimmers. Vibration. And you look at yourself. And it is a reflection of your inner self. And you have changed now. As that stone vibrates throughout the magic lake, it shimmers your entire being with power and vitality. Change. You have changed now. And at a time which is appropriate for you, you will feel full of energy and vitality. Your dreams will be filled with information of change, and you will feel fantastic. That energy and vitality will return to your hands and feet, and that energy will surge throughout your entire body at a time which is appropriate. That's right. Appropriate for you.